going, you piece of fucking shit? You degenerate scum of the fucking earth, animal piece of shit, human protoplasm pile of fucking just Neanderthal? Yeah, pretty much. This is the energy level I have when I'm fucking sober as fuck and I'm just cranked as fuck. So I'm gonna try to keep it quiet, but I'm still gonna try to talk a lot. So if you can't keep up, keep swiping. I don't give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. When I'm sober, I just don't give a fuck. I mean, I do, but I don't. It's like I can care, but it's just so hard. It's so hard to give a fuck when you're not actually. Yeah. I'm a biological organism who wants to survive, so I basically try to not kill myself. That's really I guess that's about it. Trying not to kill yourself. Anyways, what the fuck is up? Nothing here. Same old shit, different day. Delivering groceries to people who can't get them themselves. That's fine. If they're elderly, if they're old, I understand. There's no reason that they should be out on the road anyways. If you're over the age of like 70, don't drive. Unless you absolutely fucking have to. But then that's what sucks too. There's so many people that have to. There's so many people that aren't rich enough. And there's so many people who aren't even nice enough. I guess that's what has really taught me, is that when I see these old people and they have to do everything themselves, I'm thinking to myself, oh, you were not nice enough to get anyone to stay around you long enough to actually help you with your fucking elderly years. So everyone wants to do what they want to do, but you might want to be nice to some people and they might actually help take care of you when you're old. I see so many old people doing things that I'm like, man, when I'm that old, I don't want to be out here doing that shit. I don't want to fucking be eating Taco Bell inside when I'm 80 years old. I saw a couple today in the Taco Bell and they're eating their Taco Bell at the Taco Bell and I'm like, okay, cool, but if I'm 80 years old, if I were 80, I certainly wouldn't want to go into a fucking Taco Bell. I certainly would not want to be like, are we still eating Taco Bell at the age of 80? Really? That's what we're doing? At the age of 80, we're still eating Taco Bell? I don't think so. I really don't. I would never, ever, in my fucking wildest dreams, think that, oh yeah, 80 years old, I'm gonna go to Taco Bell in my life because we're 80. If it takes that much energy to get out of the house, I'm not just getting out of the house to go to Taco Bell. That was my observation of the day. These fucking old ass people, and they're nice, they're doing what they want to do, but when I see it, I'm like, that's not what I would want to do. At that age, I don't want to go to Taco Bell. Like, what the fuck, haven't you guys been eating that for maybe 70 fucking years already? Yeah, we love it. Right? Me and the missus, we come down to Taco Bell, and that's what we do. We love it. That's mainly the observation of the day, of like a bunch of old people doing shit that they don't have to do. It's almost like I don't want to eat in front of people. I'm not really the one to like, oh yeah, let's eat in front of each other. I guess it's been quite the social norm for a long time, most of my life. But once I really thought about it, I don't want anyone seeing me eat. I'm not really looking forward to that. I'm not looking forward to being like, let's sit down somewhere and watch other people eat and let them watch us eat. But obviously, if you're going to a fancy restaurant and you're paying for an experience, sure, I don't mind eating then. I don't mind being seen then, but just going to eat inside of a Taco Bell or a McDonald's, like the fucking people today I saw eating at McDonald's, they're all fucking right next to the bathroom. They're like as close to the bathroom as they possibly could be. It's like, why in the fuck would you want to eat next to the shitter? Like, there's plenty of tables up over here fucking to the actual like bathroom. No, they're sitting right there. I mean, I open the door and basically the wafting of the bathroom comes into the fucking dining area, and they're sitting right there with their children. And it's like, you guys like shitting and eating in the same spot? Are you fucking retarded? Are you just that fucking barbaric of an animal that, I like to Honey, where should we sit? Hell, let's sit right back there by the shitter. Hell, how much room we got? Are our 8 children gonna fit? I don't know, honey. I don't know. Certainly doesn't seem like it. Well, guess what, honey? Let's go sit by the shitter. That's my favorite. You can shit here if you want, like Jenny said. Can't shit here, it's stinking. You can't shit here, it's stinking. Can't shit here, dummy. And then I heard the most beautiful voice. You can shit here if you want. I turned around, I seen this beautiful girl, and I was like, oh my God, I will shit right next to you. You stupid as something? My mama always told me stupid is as stupid does, okay? What's wrong with your legs, dummy? My legs are perfectly fine and dandy, thank you. What the fuck's wrong with you, Gum? My back was crooked like a question mark, and then these braces on my legs gonna straighten them all out. Oh man, I don't know why. I don't know why I'm still alive. I fucking hate it. I guess I'm just here to observe and report. That's about the only, make more of yourself, keep them alive until they can keep themselves alive, and then die. That's the purpose of life as a biological. Oh, as a human, all this. I'm a human. Look at me, I'm a human. Yeah. Guess what? That's where all the bullshit comes from. If you thought about it as an animal, if you really entertain me for a second and take the time to really contemplate what I'm saying, think about yourself as an animal. And now think about it, like, are my animal needs, my basic animal needs being met? Do I have food, water, shelter, clothing? And clothing is part of shelter. So food and water and clothing and shelter, do you have that? If you do, don't go any further into your human bullshit excuses of problems, because you'll give yourself excuses as to why you should have problems. If you think of yourself as an animal, you really don't have that many problems unless you are hungry or naked or don't have any water. Then yeah, you might have a fucking actual problem, but really there's no actual problem. He doesn't like me, she doesn't like me, I think I did something wrong, But guess what, your animal needs are met, right? Cool, shut the fuck up. But I have an issue. Yeah, here's a tissue for your fucking issue. I don't care, nobody does. Unless you're feeding them, fucking them, or paying their bills, not many people really care about you. Sorry. Well, people care about me. Well, yeah, because you help feed, fuck, and pay their bills. And if you don't, then yeah, you can be a friend. You know, you can be, oh, I'm a friend. I'm your friend. We are friends. Yeah, that's something you have in high school and middle school and elementary school and shit like that. Once you get older, I don't think you really have any friends. And if you do, why? What are these friends for? Well, because you gotta have friends, you know? No, you don't. Why do you need friends? Well, because if you don't have friends, then who are you gonna go drinking with? I construct the criticism towards myself because I'm a fucking asshole and I hate myself. I'm more critical of what I do than anyone else is critical of me, so it's like, I'm not that fucking impressed. We'll say that. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. And I'm not impressed. What have the humans done that is so fucking impressive? Oh, well, we learned how to wash our hands. Okay. And you know what they did to that guy? That guy, the one who discovered germs, the one who's like, hey, you know what? After playing with the dead body and the cadaver, you know what I mean? That would be a great conspiracy. Instead of birds are fake or the fucking earth is flat, you could just tell people oxygen isn't. Yeah, I don't breathe oxygen. It's an inside job. Oh yeah, do you? 11th was an inside job? Well, it was, because it happened inside of a plane, and it happened inside of a building, and then it happened inside of a city, in a state, in a a continent on a planet. Wow. Fucking day. What's the big deal? Because it was someone I knew. Well, yeah. Everyone who's died is known by unknown person. The country. Sends me stupid shit. I've learned to not respond. And not responding, it gives her enough time to rethink about like what she fucking did me. And then she can look at it and be like, oh, let me correct myself. I don't really want to be the one to correct her. If I try to correct her, then it just upsets her. That's the thing, guys. Here's some advice for fellas. If you want the woman, you have to understand that she's a woman. She's a woman. There's gonna be a lot of bullshit. If you want any woman, I know you might think, oh, I got bullshit. If you want any woman, I know you might think, oh, I got the perfect girl. Yeah, you may think that, but guess what? She still has no dick. No dick. None. No dick. You know what we do with dickless people? You know how the dickless act, don't you? I'm sure you've been around a few dickless people in life, and the dickless human bodies seem to be a little different than the bodies with dicks. I don't know. And then my bitch and asshole theory. Why is she a bitch? Because she won't shut the fuck up. Well, why am I an asshole? Because I don't want to hear her bitch. So then she'll start bitching, and I'm like, God damn it. And then she's like, you're a fucking asshole. It's like, you're a bitch. Stop bitching. I wouldn't have to be an asshole. I wouldn't have to be a bitch if you weren't such an asshole. I know. It's okay, fellas. It's okay, ladies. Ladies and gentlemen, even though most of my audience is male. Who the fuck would watch this? What kind of female's gonna look at this guy? Well, you got TV, glasses, and some tattoos, and your tits are like not as big as they used to be, but they're still kind of like, you know, I can get a little chunk. The hardest part about recording all this shit, and with the fucking wind and the window down, it's not gonna sound that good. It's gonna sound like shit. It already sounds like shit because all the fucking background noise of this car. My wheel bearing on my driver's side is really shitty, so I need to change that as soon as I possibly can. Otherwise, I don't know. Anyways, Adam Sandler's coming back with Happy Gilmore #2. Obviously, no Chubbs and no Bob Barker. Chubbs is dead. I think Bob Barker finally found the right price. And other than that, I'm looking forward to Happy Gilmore 2. I think it's going straight to Netflix because it is that feeling of like, why the fuck release it in theaters? They'll make just as much money by having it in your living room as, you know. The only reason I go to movie theaters, the only kind of movies I see at a movie theater are the action ones. Because you can watch a comedy at home and get the same effect from it because you're listening to the words and you're seeing the movements. But when you actually see an action film, something like that, you have to go to the fucking theater to see it. You're not going to get that experience in your home. You know what I mean? Marvel movies and Inception and shit like that. IMAX. That's when you want to drop that acid. I went and saw Inception on 2 hits of really good acid I got from Flint. Seeing a movie like Inception while you're peeking out on fucking LSD, it's kind of creepy because you think you're still in the movie. So when I was walking out of the theater, I thought everyone was going to turn on me and fucking kill me. I was just like, get to the car, get to the car, get to the car, get to the cigarettes, you're good, get to the car. I'm like looking at the fucking carpet in the movie theater. It's like, I'm like, okay. It's such a psychologically thrilling movie that when you're tripping your balls off on LSD, oh my God, the dream within the dream within the dream within the dream. It's like, wait a second, hold on. Let me try to fathom what the fuck I just experienced. I'm still trying to process it. It's been probably at least 10 years, if not more. I really liked psychedelics. I really did. That was my go-to. Once I found mushrooms and LSD, I knew what I wanted. I was like, damn, I want to know more. I want to know more about this. I want to know more about myself. My body, my ego, my spirit, my soul, my label, word, grown, and label, and made up bullshit, and blah, 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 blah. Literally. Study yourself enough, and then you might be able to hang out with me. But if you don't study yourself enough, you're not going to be able to hang. You're just not going to make it. I'm just saying, like, study yourself. Really get to know yourself. Take the mushrooms and eat them all by yourself. That's what I advocate. If you die, you die. I don't give a fuck. It's not my fault. I could tell you to shoot heroin into the head of your dick. If you go and do exactly what I told you, hey, go shoot heroin into your dick, and you go and do that, you're the dumb motherfucker who killed yourself by shooting heroin in your dick, not the guy who told you to do it. You know what I mean? How could the person that tells you to do it be responsible when you're the one actually doing it? Kind of fucking stupid. But that's a lot of the way that the world operates, in a really stupid fucking way of like, well, but you said, but you told me to. So what? I can tell you to go and lick the sun. Go lick the sun. Well, I can't do that. Of course. So when I say shoot heroin in your dick, what's the difference? Well, I can't do that either. I know. Don't do anything that anyone tells you. Think for your fucking self. Stop asking so many fucking questions. God damn, the people that ask questions. I have questions. Why the fuck are you asking Facebook when you could have asked in the same amount of time? Or, here's a fun one. My sister, she would text me to text my brother. Hey, could you text Michael for me? Bitch, you could have taken the same amount of time you spent texting me and just text our brother and got directly a hold of him. What, an emotional, dickless person? Okay, yeah, another emotional, dickless person. Wow, imagine that. Elmer, you have a dick, and you're very emotional. Yeah, I am. I am quite emotional, but guess what? Emotions don't actually exist. If you look at it nervous system-wise, emotions are a biochemical reaction that your nervous system is having to the outside stimuli. So there's stimuli outside of our nervous system, and then we have feelings and emotions about it, which is a reaction to the stimulation. So you can mastermind yourself into the way of like not being overwhelmed by stimulation. You can control yourself a lot easier because you're not reacting. You're not giving in to the shit. When your mom calls you a little bitch, you don't have to, or your dad says you're a stupid fucking idiot. That's a bald eagle. That's a fucking bald eagle. Nice. Where I live in Michigan, I see bald eagles quite often. I actually have a video on my channel. It's a little short. I got up by Gladden. Bald eagle eating a possum. I got 11,000 views on that video in one day. And it's shit like that where I'll get 11,000 views on a video and I'm like, oh, that's cool. But it's always little stuff. It's the same thing with any musician. The music that you really want to fucking have people love, they don't love it. And then the stuff that you made just for fun, like the song number 2 by Blur. That song by Blur, song number 2, they did that as a fuck around. It was just a fucking like, okay, let's just fuck around. And it was their biggest song. Same thing with Tom Petty with the Mary Jane's, their Last Dance with Mary Jane. He didn't even want to write that song. I watched an interview with him. He's talking about like, he was contractually obligated, because once they released a greatest hits album, he was contractually obligated to give them a new song. So he had to write it. Said he wrote it in like 15 minutes. Okay. It means so much to all of us, but then to the artist, it's like, okay, it took me 15, whatever. That shit's crazy. It should give you that's perspective. That's the perspective. The fans like, oh my God, this is the greatest song. This has made it through all of my summers. And when I'm driving on the highway, I just crank up some Tom Petty. And then other people are like, It's always going to be subjective. Comedy and humor and everything in between and everything else, it's always subjective. That's why I like Terence McKenna, because Terence McKenna said, no one is smarter than you. And what he meant is that no one is smarter than you when it comes to you. No one knows me as well as I do. My parents and stuff like that, but they have not spent as much time with me as I have spent with me. Everyone knows themselves more than you know anybody else. And if you're distracted with a lot of other people all the time, you might not have spent a lot of time with yourself. So then you don't know yourself as well. And then you're confused or you're surprised by yourself. I can still be disappointed and surprised and excited and all that shit, but I'm not shocked. Oh, Elmer did that. Oh, wow, okay. Elmer said that. Oh, wow, what a shocker. Not really. Elmer kind of says whatever the fuck he's thinking, so. I'll say what everyone else is thinking because I have the balls to say it, and I also know there's no fucking repercussions or consequences that are physical. There's no repercussions. There's no consequences. You could call people whatever you want to call them. And yeah, there's consequences. Oh, they might want to fight you. All you gotta do is lift your phone up, videotape them, and say, I'll see you in court, motherfucker. We live in the land of the law. Literally. This is a business. It's a country, I guess, but it's all about the law. So as long as you're not breaking the law, you're pretty good. That's what Donald Trump has done. Donald Trump is one of those people who's had enough money to hire enough people to say, hey, what's the law on this? What's the law on that? Tell me the exact law, because we got to go by the law. So this whole Trump bullshit that he's dealing with right now, the court shit, you can't find the president guilty of almost anything. He would be arrested for every single drone strike he's ever sent. It was him that ordered it. Even though he didn't pull the trigger, he's still the one that ordered it and then killed those people. So fuck he wanted to, because he's like, I'm president. President has immunity. By law, it's immunity. And then everyone chimes in with their opinions. Oh, but my opinion. That's your opinion of the law. That's not the fucking law, though. The law is the only thing that fucking matters in this land. And it doesn't even, because they'll just make up another law, and then they'll just, it doesn't matter. I'm a law-abiding citizen, pretty good kid. I was delivering to these all-black neighborhoods in Detroit. And when I'd walk through the neighborhood, I'm the only white guy. I'm the only white guy in these neighborhoods. But what I got from that is that I get to leave. I'm delivering to all-black neighborhoods. They're all stuck there. They're stuck there with the violence and the crime and the bullshit and the drugs and the just concentration camp almost. It's like a fucking concentration camp. I drove through the concentration camps, delivered the packages, here's your goods, and I get to fucking get out of there and go home. That was my observation of how racist it is. Of like, dude, it's systematic racism no matter what. I got to fucking experience firsthand. I got to see it firsthand. I'm not just making it up. I really witnessed it. Delivering on 8 Mile every single day for a fucking year straight. I've seen some gnarly shit. I got to see how people really live. They're living in concentration camps. Literally. Like the boroughs of New York, basically. Another shithole. Why would you guys want to live so fucking close to each other and be on top of each other? I don't get it. I don't think that's rich. I don't think that's rich at all. I was delivering to like Grosse Pointe, you know, if you're in Michigan, Grosse Pointe, all Detroit area, blah, blah, blah. All these people think they're rich because they got $1 million house. But guess what? You're living right next to a block that's completely burned out. If I see a peasant from my porch, I'm not rich. If I can see a peasant from my porch, I would never be able to consider myself rich or wealthy. How could you be wealthy and be looking at peasants and burned out houses? How in the fuck could you consider yourself to be wealthy or rich when you're still looking at the scum of the fucking earth right across the street? Literally, like I said, I'd be delivering down here near Detroit, Grosse Pointe Farms, all that shit. These people think they're rich because they got a house in the middle of a burned out fucking block. Just because you guys are gentrifying everything and it's not going quick enough for you. That's fucking crazy. I guess I witnessed the racism in a way of there's no segregation, but the way the roads were designed in these certain areas that I was delivering in, all the white people would be on this side of the block with all their houses and $1 million houses, and then you turn the block and this whole block is just burned out. Every fucking house is burned down. And I'm like, wasn't I just delivering over in a rich area? Well, yeah, but the rich and the poor are so close together that I wouldn't consider the rich people that live there to be rich. Because like I just got done saying, if I can see a peasant from my front porch, I'm not rich. I guess I've had that privilege. I've had the privilege of being secluded in the woods at a private resort and knowing what the fuck privacy really feels like. If you don't know what privacy really feels like, I'm sorry. I can't help you, but maybe I can help you. I can enlighten you in the way of like, have a higher standard for yourself if you want to consider yourself to be rich or wealthy. You're not. In Elmer's world, you're still a fucking peasant if you're living near the peasants. If you're living near peasants and you can see them and nasty scum of the fucking earth, 30 minutes without a cigarette. That's crazy. Longest I go with cigarettes, about 15. Stop. If you're not just tuning in, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry about the live stream. It's a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. We're all pieces of shit. We have brains and nervous systems and bodies, and nobody likes it here. Everybody seems to be getting a little angrier nowadays. Are they? Are they getting angry? Why are they getting so angry? They just are. They're getting so angry. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm the angry one. I'm the one who needs to calm my tits. I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. I've been trying to be sober during the day and then wait until I fucking get home to smoke weed. So then I'm a little bit more productive, actually a lot more productive during my day. I don't really want to do anything but sit around and get high. And that's, once I start getting high, that's all I want to do. I just want to sit around and get high. It's almost like mission accomplished. If you wake up sober, the mission is to not be sober. So then the first time I get not sober, that's all I want to do the rest of the day. So I have to leave my weed at home. I leave the weed. I leave the weed at home. I don't smoke all day now. That's why I have energy to talk. That's why I'm kind of like bombastic and just, it's the raw nervous system. I have a natural crackhead energy without having cocaine. I don't need your crack. I don't need your cocaine. I remember I used to hang out with my friends, and they would do all the coke. Elmer, you want some? No. No. I don't need it. You guys are all coked up, and I'm still talking faster than all of you. What the fuck's your problem? I thought cocaine made you smarter and better and faster. It does, but not for everybody, especially if you're starting at baseline retard, doing cocaine isn't going to make you smart all of a sudden. Like, you're not going to be like, wait a second, I got all these brain cells that weren't here before I did the cocaine. I guess the difference between me and a lot of humans that I grew up with, I didn't get into drugs as soon as the other humans did. And I didn't get into smoking until I was like 23. So there's a lot of time that I was just a sober, healthy individual. Even if I was fat, I was still healthier for a longer period of time than a lot of my peers and a lot of my friends. So then I see their mental cognition kind of failing at 28, 29, 30. I'm 37 and mine is now giving me some issues. I'm finally seeing some issues in my cognition, and I'm like, is that my brain failing, or is that me just being a little too stoned? It's kind of both. My brain is failing because I'm being a little too stoned. It's something they don't tell you. Marijuana's not bad anymore, I guess. It's not like it ever was. But from what they used to be saying and how everybody used to have to go to rehab, shit like that, I don't hear about drug addiction as much as I used to. That used to be like the thing of like everyone's a drug addict and we've got to go to rehab, and you hear about these rehabs, and it's like nowadays I don't hear that shit. I know there's more drug addicts nowadays than ever before, but I'm not hearing about it. Not in that way. I guess we all become drug addicts if you actually grow up. You try some drugs, you might get hooked on it, you might not. Once you go through that phase, then you're like, oh shit, I need to get healthy. Yeah. I'm almost there. I'm getting into that phase. I'm 37. I'll be 38 in November, so. Yep. Yeah, boy. So yeah, I need to start drinking more water. I need to smoke no cigarettes, but I love cigarettes. I love smoking. I love it. I don't just like it, I fucking love it. I fucking love it. I ain't never gonna stop. In honor of William Montgomery, I ain't never gonna stop. Ever. Never. If you don't know who William Montgomery is, he's a really funny motherfucker. Ginger, red hair, William Montgomery. He was discovered on Kill Tony. That's how I found out about him. Oh my God, he's one of my favorites. I love William Montgomery. I can't get enough. That's half the reason I stay all the way till the end, to actually see what the fuck, like the end of the Kill Tony show. It's always gonna be the fucking William Montgomery, so we gotta stick around till the end. There's a fly trapped in my car. And it's not just me. I almost get a headache if I don't smoke any weed. I don't know why. I get a headache from no weed. Or maybe it's too many cigarettes. Probably too many cigarettes. Probably. I smoke almost 2 packs a day. I bought this pack and hell, I don't remember when I bought this pack. It was last night or this morning. I don't feel good. I don't feel good at all. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm a big gulp into my fucking... No, stop. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Not feeling good. My fucking... My guts hurt. I drink too much Mountain Dew. I had a Egg McMuffin for breakfast.